Hey, how's it going? Today in this video, we're gonna be comparing two squares. The first square we're gonna be looking at is the Wood Raphic square. This one comes from Amazon. There's not too many reviews on it. I looked on YouTube, there's not too much going on it. It costs $70 shipped from Amazon Prime. It looks pretty good quality, made in Korea. And so got pretty good reviews, but there's no actual reviews or videos on it. It got good reviews on Amazon, I should say. The other one we look at, the other square, is one of the benchmarks of squares. It's the Woodpeckers square. I'm gonna do a quick unboxing with it, show you how each of these come when you buy them. So yeah, so the first one we're gonna look at is the Wood Raphic square. So again, it gets pretty good reviews on Amazon. It says made in Korea. So this is what it looks like. Comes in this little box. I already opened it. I already used it. Just FYI. So it comes in this little box right here. Let me fix the foam and everything for you guys. Looks like this. Okay. Here's the square itself. Okay, so it's okay. It's a little pencil. I don't know how much this pencil costs. It's a Pentel pencil. I guess, you know, whatever it takes to sell your product, right? So right off the box, it looks good. It looks good. It's light. It's a compact size. Comes with these dots right here for you to put the pencil in and scribe a line along a straight edge. You know what that's for. Good visibility, you know, pretty high quality hardware. You know, something I noticed about this is that some of the laser etched graphics on it, it looks very similar to other stuff that you get from China. So I don't know where, I'll pull it up later, but some of the etching in this looks like some stuff that China would make. So, you know, it's 70 bucks, so it's not cheap. So it's up to you. So really quick, before we even do a comparison, let me pop open the Woodpecker. So again, this is the package it comes in. The box, you know, the packaging matters. You know what I'm saying? If you pay 70 bucks for a product and it comes wrapped in bubble tape or whatever, you're gonna be like, this is garbage. So not bad packaging, shows that they care. Made in Korea, so not China or Taiwan. Not that there's anything wrong with China or Taiwan, but it does have a stigma attached to it. So here's the Woodpeckers, the thing, receipt. Ooh, and immediately this thing is at least 5 times heavier. I don't have an exact weight. Who cares about the exact weight? Let's see, shipping weight is 5 pounds. This one, like barely a pound, okay? So Woodpeckers weigh 5 pounds. But that includes some of the stuff they sent it to you. So, what the hell, bro? Okay, opens like that. Nice little packaging. You open it and you're presented with something that opens up like that. That's beautiful presentation, okay? Comes like that. I got the stainless steel one. The reason why I got the stainless steel one is, and I didn't think of this until after I purchased this one, and so I was like, why would they, because the edge is thin. That's why I got it. Because when I'm measuring something like that, there's less chance of parallax error. Again, parallax is when you have a thick edge, like say this is my edge I'm measuring with, and you look from different angles, you might see a different measurement as indicated by the marks on it. So I got the thinner edge to decrease parallax error. So yeah, it's very substantial. That's the first thing I noticed. Again, it comes packaged like that, and you get like a little carrying case. This was $130 on sale, and I think about $150 after taxes. So twice as expensive, nearly twice as expensive as the Wood Raphic square. However, twice as expensive, but you're paying like $70 more, okay? So twice, but $70 more. So here are them side by side, okay? as you can see, the substantial size difference. Right off the bat, the woodpeckers is way more substantial. So again, you're paying $70 more for this one, which is about double the price of this one. However, being a beginner level woodworker, I would pay $70 all day for this one. Okay, it's way more substantial. So there's a lot of reviews already on the internet about this one. And so I'm not gonna redo the whole review other than I like it. And the machining quality of each one, the woodpeckers is much, much better. You could just tell by feeling it, even if you don't know machining, and even if you don't know how a machine works, you could tell that this one is a lot nicer. So for example, the aluminum feels harder. You know, it's a silly thing to say, it feels harder, okay? I don't know if it's because it's heavier, or it probably is harder because I heard woodpecker uses their own, I don't know if it's proprietary or a special alloy of aluminum, and they probably have got their anodizing process to an art, you know, but this is much better. The machining quality is also much better. The surface finish is a lot better. The laser etching, obviously, that's one of their key things. It's a lot better. This one, you can see some of the brushed aluminum marks on the surface of this, and it doesn't really look good, meaning it doesn't really look finished unless this is the look that they're going for, but it looks kind of cheap. I mean, that's the first impression I got when I opened it. It looks kind of cheap. It looks kind of light. The edges are sharp, the corners are sharp, meaning they didn't really chamfer them as deeply as, let's say, the woodpeckers unit. The woodpeckers unit, the corners and the edges are more chamfered. You know, this is probably like a 16th chamfer right here. This one probably looks like maybe a little bit less than a 16th or even a 32nd. I don't know, but you know, just holding them in your hand, you can tell that this is way more substantial, a better machined piece. The machining is smooth. The finish is beautiful. The anodizing is also beautiful. Anodizing on this one looks a little bit thick. As for the marks on this, you know, I haven't used either of them much with the marks on it, but they both look pretty functional. The only thing I could say is that the holes on the wood Raffic, unless you have a good pencil, the holes aren't gonna fit. Like if you have a ghetto pencil, like the wooden ones, it's not gonna fit in there unless it's sharp. Kind of same thing with this one. However, the holes are bigger, so if you have a pencil that sucks, it will still probably fit. It won't be accurate, but you know, it'll fit. And this, you know, because pencils, they go lost all the time. So sometimes you pick up whatever you can find around you, and you know, sometimes it won't fit into this one, and it will fit into this one. Okay, maybe a moot point for some of you guys who are more experienced, but you know, that's just something that I recognize. Also, you know, it's nice hardware. It's a beautiful piece. Okay, it comes with a carrying case. This is very valuable because when you're working, you don't want to put this down on the table because who knows, piece of something, I don't know, could drop on it and bend it and you're screwed. Okay, out of 140 bucks. Also, you could drop this on the floor, you know, boom, knocking on the floor and you're screwed. This thing looks like it'd take it, obviously, or it looks like it'd take it. It looks pretty hefty. The stainless steel is pretty thick. The aluminum is pretty thick. Looks like the aluminum would take a lot of the damage, which is not an issue because you still have this flat reference edge right here, big reference edge. But this thing is great because when you're not using it, you keep this right next to you and then plop, just put it there. And it sits there protected against any drops or any of this sort, because it's a precision tool, you know? You want to have good tools. I'm a beginner, but even I recognize you want to have good tools because your work is only going to be as precise as your least precise tool, right? You can't make a nice square edge without a real good square that's actually square. I used to buy like a lot of Harbor Freight stuff, and one of the things I realized is that mentally, at least, I kind of create something to the standard of the tool that I'm using. So when I'm buying Harbor Freight stuff, I'm making cheap looking stuff. And you know, it might be different for other people, but you're holding a cheap tool in your hand. So I don't have any Harbor Freight stuff around me right now, but you're holding a cheap tool in your hand, you're gonna be like cutting some corners here and there. But if you have a nice tool, okay, that's nice, and you hold it in your hand and you look at it and it inspires you every time you look at it, like it's beautiful, you know? The piece you're going to make is, and the quality of work you're gonna do is going to reflect the tool that you have in your hand. So it's really worth it. 140, 150 bucks, super worth it. Because even though it's expensive for what it is, it's not just the square you're buying, it's the quality. Okay, and I think a lot of people miss that when they try to look at. So what I try to do is I try to look, and this is good, it's functionally good, but when I have both these in my hand, I'm going with this one every single time. Okay, this is not bad, it's good, it's a square. I mean, I used it for a few weeks before this one came in. I'm gonna send this back though. It's perfect condition, Amazon, so if you see this video, don't get pissed. But anyway, this is a great square, but when I hold it, it doesn't really inspire a lot of creativity, even though it's nice, you know? Yeah, it doesn't inspire too much creativity. The way it looks, it's all black, it's light, it's not as substantial. So yeah, so here are the two squares. Again, each and every time it's going to be the woodpeckers, okay? Again, I bought the wood Raffic because I didn't know what to expect. You can't tell what a product is like from pictures. Again, this can be found on Amazon for 70 bucks. It comes in this box right here with this little pencil. I guess that makes it worth 70 bucks. Made in Korea. Not as high quality, I think, as the woodpeckers. Woodpeckers, as you know, made in the USA, expensive relatively compared to everything else on the market. It's up there, but it is a beautiful tool. It's substantial. The machining is beautiful. The way it's designed is beautiful. You know, it's not just a square. It's something that you look at and you hold, and every time you do so, it makes you feel good and it makes you want to do good work. And so that's why I like it. It comes from this carrying case right here that keeps it protected while you're working. Okay, so 150 bucks. I'm still going with this one every single time, even as a beginner. This inspires creativity. Okay, thank you very much. See you guys next time.